I mean, just getting them to vote to continue the tariffs.
Yes, exactly.
Is going to tack most of them up to the billboard, honestly. Anyway, good luck, Lawrence.
Thanks
very
Rachel.
much,
Thank you. See you around town, Rachel.
No, never again. Never again.
I know. Have a great weekend. Well, on a day when the stock market completed its biggest drop in history, specifically caused directly and instantaneously by the actions of a president of the United States, Donald Trump spent the day in his golf cart. It was the perfect let them eat cake imagery of the Trump stock market collapse, which has now delivered official forecasts of a recession from J.P. Morgan and other economic forecasters. Donald Trump has at least finally achieved complete agreement that Trump tariffs are taxes on the American people, paid only by the American people. J.P. Morgan calls the Trump tariffs the biggest tax increases since 1968. Donald Trump's first vice president, Mike Pence, says the Trump tariffs are the biggest peacetime tax increase in history. On Tuesday, the first day of the latest round in the Trump stock market crash, Wall Street economic forecasters said a recession was possible because of the Trump tariffs. That was strong enough, they thought. By the end of the week, tonight, those forecasts are assuming a recession because of the Trump tariffs. That could mean millions of people losing their jobs because of Donald Trump. And it absolutely means price increases because of Donald Trump, big price increases. And today, Donald Trump spent the day in his golf cart, I guess, celebrating price increases. The man who ran for president, claiming that just electing him president would create a huge increase in the stock market and would decrease prices immediately on day one, now himself is the single biggest inflation threat in American history. And today, he spent the day in his golf cart. The chairman of the Federal Reserve, Republican Jerome Powell, did not play golf today. In a speech today, Chairman Powell said Donald Trump's tariffs will, quote, include higher inflation and slower growth.
While tariffs are highly likely to generate at least a temporary rise in inflation, it's also possible that the effects could be more persistent.
In other words, the Trump price increases that are coming could last a very long time. They will last at least as long as the Trump presidency, if you believe Donald Trump and Trump administration officials who insist that Donald Trump will not change his mind about tariffs until virtually every automobile sold in America is made in America, which would really mean that the Trump tariffs would have to last forever. Tonight on social media, Donald Trump said they are here to stay. J.P. Morgan raised the chances of a recession from 40% to 60%. In other words, J.P. Morgan is advising all investors to bet on a Trump recession. A Trump recession that J.P. Morgan says could do permanent damage to the American economy. J.P. Morgan issued those warnings in a report titled, "There Will Be Blood." J.P. Morgan is not filled with dramatists who are in awe of the brilliant work of writer-director Paul Thomas Anderson, who gave us the deranged Trumpian 19th century businessman played by the Oscar-winning Daniel Day-Lewis in the 2007 film There Will Be Blood. J.P. Morgan used that movie title today deliberately on their report to try to get the attention of a madman who spent the day on golf courses because while he's destroying not just the American economy, but the worldwide economy. J.P. Morgan is now predicting a global recession. That's their term, global recession. Global, because of the relentless ignorance and stupidity of the man who spent the day in a golf cart. If you have any money in a retirement account, you have much less of it tonight, thanks to that man on the golf cart. If you somehow put together $100,000 in a retirement account, now you have $90,000, and it's going down. The man on the golf cart can be stopped. And Elizabeth Warren has a plan. Senator Warren will join us later in the hour with her plan to stop the Trump tariffs immediately. A bipartisan group of senators led by the senior member of the Senate Finance Committee, which has jurisdiction over tariffs, Republican Chuck Grassley, and Democratic Senate Finance Committee member Maria Cantwell have introduced a bill that would require all of the Trump tariffs to expire after 60 days unless Congress writes those tariffs into law. Everyone in Congress knows that the Trump tariffs could never pass a vote in either the House or the Senate. Senator Warren has a plan for ending the Trump tariffs immediately, which I will leave to her to describe. Tonight on the Senate floor, Republicans are trying to push through the latest version of a Trump budget bill, while Democrats, led by Chuck Schumer, offer a series of strategic amendments that will force Republicans to go on record casting votes on the Senate floor that can and will be used against them in the next election. And joining us now is the Democratic leader of the United States Senate, Chuck Schumer of New York. Senator, thank you very much for joining us tonight. I want to begin.
Hi, Lawrence.
Thank you. I want to begin with something in the Senate you would call a point of personal privilege, and